Honest Reviewer. I make sure your movies are fine. Well, everyone, we got through the first installment of that story. Now it's time to move on to the second. Okay, now.
Hello, Honest Reviewer.
King Caesar, what are you doing on my show?
Lately, I've been watching your little videos about the fanfics.
Yeah, and what about them?
All I have to say is, why aren't you doing movies? You're supposed to be making sure my movies are fine, not fanfics.
Well, dude, you won't even comprehend how bad this fanfic is.
Oh, really? How bad can possibly a fanfic be?
Oh, yeah, well, how about you read it then, huh? Yeah.
Oh.
You don't have the balls to read this.
Oh, I got some big balls.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Show me them.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Mville, King Caesar 10121. As you can see, I've been on a little vacation these past few months. It all started in
Oh,
Florida.
come on, man. No one wants to hear that. They want to hear the fanfic.
Oh, I got some stories in my book.
Chop, chop.
Alright. About a month ago, a rift appeared in California, and a boy named Ethan Sullivan was whisked away by it. He ended up in the Great Valley and found out what his rival Andrew Jones is plotting.
Yeah.
Andrew Jones?
Yeah, he's the villain of our story so far.
Okay, that name sounds a little bit too... yeah. Ethan hadn't known then what he had to do, and his efforts saved the Great Valley from the Spartans and Andrew. Spartans in the Great Valley?
Yeah, actual Spartans, like from 300.
Does this involve time travel?
Yes, it's time travel.
How does that work in the land before time?
Don't you ever bring logic into this story again! This is a crappy fanfic!
Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah?
he was sent back to his home, but he knew one day he would return. Now that the time has come to catch my flight to California.
What?
Oh my god, what time is it? What time?
I think it's 2 o'clock.
Oh shit. I gotta go, man.
But wait, what about the fanfic?
It's all yours, man. What the?
What? Oh. Let's see how he likes that his flight to California actually leads him to Iraq. He was planning to change his clothes, but before he could enter his house, another rift appeared. Oh, great, said Ethan. He was once again engulfed. Then he heard voices again, too, but this time he recognized one voice that was actually his own. Where am I? He said. Okay, this is all just, everything that happened in the first installment. Oh, here we go. Ethan, again, regained consciousness. He got up slowly, walked into the cave that once again replaced his house. He picked up his sword and went to the valley. There he saw Grandma Longneck near Littlefoot's home. Grandpa Longneck was at a meeting, and Littlefoot was out playing. Ethan walked up to where Grandma Longneck was standing. Ethan, you've returned, said Grandma Longneck. I know, it's good to be back, Ethan replied. Ethan asked her where Littlefoot and Grandpa Longneck were, then began on his way to the meadows. When Grandpa's out his herd, the herd had stayed on since the time Ethan had first saved the valley 1 month ago. The old one was shocked. She couldn't believe Ethan had returned. Ethan, wait, said the old one in a hurry to greet him. Oh, I didn't see you there, old one. It's good to see you again, said Ethan. I know, I was just about to say the same thing, Ethan, the old one replied. Ethan left to find Littlefoot. Up ahead, he saw an adult female Triceratops with Topsy. Ethan, you're back, said Topsy as Ethan ran past. Hi, Topsy, and who is that other person with you? Ethan replied. I'm Tria. You must be the human that saved our valley, said Tria. Then Ethan left to find the gang. He found Littlefoot and the rest of the gang playing at the Thundering Falls. Ethan walked down to where they were. Suddenly, they threw a large rock near where Ethan was walking. I got it, yelled Littlefoot, but Ethan caught it. Heads up, Ethan said happily. He threw it back. Littlefoot turned around, beaming proudly to see Ethan have returned. Ethan, when did you get here? Sarah asked. Oh, just about a few minutes ago, Ethan replied. He-hen, Ethan joined into what could be called an early version of soccer. After half an hour of playing, Ethan decided to go and speak to the old one, as well as Allie, who wasn't with Littlefoot in the gang. When Ethan walked back to where the old one's herd was grazing, he passed Allie's mom and finally met up with old one. I was hoping I could speak with you a little longer, said Ethan as he sat near the base of the old one's neck. Okay, old one replied. Well, what was that about your promise? I think I just fulfilled it once again, Ethan replied. Old one lowered her head and nuzzled Ethan, showing she was glad that Ethan had returned. Then Allie woke up and got up slowly. Hi, Allie, said Ethan. Allie looked up at him, filled with excitement. Ethan! Allie yelled, running over to Ethan. So what happened after you left the valley? She asked quizzically. Oh, everything was just the way it had been. Even before the last rift came, I had no idea another one was coming, Ethan replied. We have to go and welcome some visitors, interjected old one. Ethan knew he was definitely invited to come along. He knew the new visitors would be welcomed, just as old one's herd was welcomed, but 3 times they visited before choosing to permanently live in the Great Valley. Everyone met up in the canyon path. There, 2 large sauropods entered through the canyon path. One was an old gray male diplodocus. He had a scar running from above his eye to the bottom of his head. The other, a prominent female diplodocus, not as old as the male, but old. One Ethan recognized as Doc. The other he'd never seen or heard of. But Littlefoot told Ethan that Doc's partner was named Dara. Doc then spied Ethan leaning against a tree. He lowered his head to Ethan and demanded an explanation. Who are you? Said Doc in a disturbing manner. I'm Ethan Sullivan, Ethan replied, not trusting Doc either, despite having seen the 6th film where Doc is introduced, when Ethan was an 8-year-old. But Ethan still didn't trust Doc at all. Doc then turned to Littlefoot. Hey kid, do you know anything about this creature leaning against the tree? Doc asked him. That's Ethan. He's a human. Last month he saved the valley from its doom, Littlefoot replied. How do you know that he's not some new shark tooth? Doc replied. He's not. If he was, he wouldn't be on our side, Littlefoot replied. Doc, come on. Didn't you hear that humans saved the valley once? Said Dara. Old one came over to where Ethan was standing. Come on, let's not make these guests worried, said Old one. Old one, wait a minute, Ethan replied as he saw another figure enter. One of the rainbow faces. It was a female. Ethan and the others wondered what had happened to the male. Ethan then walked towards the rainbow face, female Gallimimus. Where is the other rainbow face? Said Ethan. Wouldn't you like to know? He went somewhere else, the female rainbow face replied. Ethan left then, with the old one, both of them heading back to the center where they could speak with each other. Old one, why did you put your life on the line last time? You were nearly killed, said Ethan. I had to do something. At that moment when he said, who is with me? Well, Ethan, I found the courage to fight, Old one replied. At your age, you were nearly killed. I would rather die than see you suffer, Old one, Ethan replied. Then I would rather die defending the valley than cowering like I usually did when my herd was attacked, the Old one replied. Well, if I do die, then just forget about me. At my age, I'm nothing, Old one replied. That's not true, Old one. You're something. Even your herd says that you're the wisest one here. And if you do die, no one should forget about you. They need to remember you, Ethan replied. Night fell, and Ethan felt too lazy to walk back to Littlefoot's home and was too tired. Ethan fell asleep immediately. Good night, Ethan, said Old one. A tear came down the Old one's eyes. Both seeing Ethan knew that the Old one only had about 10 months to live. Old one lay down next to Ethan and fell asleep alongside him. Meanwhile, on the planet Arcarius, also known as Dune, Andrew walked into the Arcanine's base. On the way, he passed the Baron's doctor and Fade, then reached to the Baron's room. Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, said Andrew. What do you want? Said the Baron. Last month a rift came in my rival Ethan Sullivan and I were engulfed in it. We went to a place called the Great Valley. I run this place. And the Great Valley claimed and my rival eliminated, Andrew replied. What's in it for me, the Baron replied. How about the control of Arcanus, or Dune as you call it, and more spice than you can possibly need, Andrew replied. Sounds good. By the way, who are you? The Baron asked. Andrew Jones, Andrew replied.